Good evening and welcome to another episode of Sip and Chat with me, your host, Miss Fanta Ceesay. It gives me great joy every time I sit in front of the camera and talk to you guys because I feel like it's our session. And today I have a very, very important guest, someone that is my friend, but is also branching off to do some incredible things. And I'm very proud to have her on the segment. And, a familiar face for a lot of people. So I'll just let her, tell people who she is. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Fatou Njie of Fatiman and Co. Imaginary clap, guys.
Yes, imaginary clap. I got that part.
I see. Welcome to Sip and Chat.
Thank you for having me. This is so good.
Thank you.
This is nice. I like the vibes.
It's nice. I'm all about the vibes. I'm all about the good vibes. You know that.
Yes.
And a big thank you to Kalimba. This is my favorite hotel, simply because of the serenity, the tranquility. It's so cool. Kalimba is it gives you great vibes the moment you walk in. Feel the breeze. So thank you to Kalimba for always coming to my rescue, coming to the entire team's rescue. I love how I film here. So Fatou, welcome to Sip and Chat.
Yes.
Are you familiar with Sip and Chat?
Yes, I am. And I'm so proud of you because we talked about this.
We did.
And
we really did.
We've been in this industry for a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah, for a very long time.
Too long.
And we've talked about,
we have
having our own
babies,
our own projects, because we've worked on a couple of
we've
projects.
We've earned it. I feel like we've earned it, and I feel like this Sip and Chat will be a very different Sip and Chat because this is someone that I've known since I was 19.
Yep.
So we have 10 years plus of friendship, of ups and downs, of sisterhood, of growth, most importantly. So to see that you have Fatiman now for something like, I just want to put this out there because there's always a narrative. We're pretty girls.
Yes.
If you're a pretty if you're a pretty girl, it's always like you have to be pretty, but you cannot be intelligent, or you cannot be pretty and intelligent.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like we're beating that. For me, it's like I'm a pretty girl, but there's something up here too. And for you especially, people don't know this, but obviously we're gonna delve into it because it's Sip and Chat, and she's very shy. She's like, I don't know what you're gonna ask me. But for you especially, your journey has been nothing short of inspiring. I mean, before even Fatiman, or even before we get into that, I just want you to tell people, who is Fatou Njie?
So Fatou Njie is a Gambian, 100%. Proud, born and raised, nursery to uni. The only girl out of 4 boys. So that tells another story.
Yep.
And I'm also an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Which I love.
I can see
the sound of. And but yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also a change maker. I am also a friend, an aunt, a sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And so I'm a woman of many different,
facets.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Exactly. I'm a combination of all of those things.
You're magic.
I am magic.
But
you need to stop, okay?
This is my job, you know what I mean? You're going to get a lot of giggles because for us, Sip and Chat, as you all seen, for me, it's a very comfortable space.
Insert sip.
Yes, insert sip. It's a very comfortable space where we talk about everything about my guest. It's a conversation. And for you, like I was saying before we got into the introduction of who you are, from 10 years ago, 12 years ago to now, there's a lot that has happened. Fatou in uni. Fanta, I'll stop the semester for now. Why? I'm tired. I said, Fatou, but I know I'll be done. To a point that a lot of naysayers were like, oh, she's never gonna graduate. You know what I mean? There was a lot.
Yeah.
Simply because also you're a popular girl.
Yes.
You're a beautiful girl. You when you walk into a room, the attention's there. So there's also I like talking about things that people don't think we should talk about. Like there's the light skin bit back there. You're a light skin beauty. Yeah. So they're always it's the beauty, it's the pretty privilege.
The diva-ness of it.
Of it all. You get what I mean?
It's so annoying.
How do you come from that to now having your own brand, to being an entrepreneur, to bringing change?
So this whole brand thing, subconsciously I started, if people ask me, because I'm known now as Fatou Iman or, Iman. And so I put my name Iman randomly in my middle name because my middle name is my dad's name, as you know.
Yeah.
And so I for some reason, Fanta, I can't even tell you, it just came to me. And I was like, this would look very good in between.
Aesthetically, yes.
You know what I mean?
Suit,
it has
yeah.
a nice ring to it. It has
yeah.
a nice tone to it.
Yeah.
And, you know, Iman means faith in Arabic.
Yes.
I'm also a fan of, you know, the brand,
Yes.
the model.
Yes.
And so, you know, that whole black girl magic thing. And so I started my brand without even realizing. And
it.
that was the birth of Fatou Iman.
Okay.
And this was way back then, like in 07, 08, where I started this whole Fatou Iman thing.
Yes.
And so I've really always had that brand, that drive, that ambition. And I've worked a lot.
You have.
My first job was, you know, back in 06, which was a long time ago.
Now, yes.
People are now going to be like, she's that old?
No, but she started very young. It's
I
like
started
me.
very young.
Yeah, it's like when people see you, oh, how long have you been? I've been doing this 12 years.
Yeah.
I've been doing. How old are you? It's like, no.
Yeah.
You start at 16 or 17.
Yeah.
You're going to put in a lot of years. So you can say 12 years, 15 years, and it looks like a lot.
Absolutely.
But, you know,
and so that's, you know, that's when I finished high school. I got my first job at a call center at a telecommunications company. And that was the first leap into this whole marketing, customer care thing, which I love. It's who I am as a person. I like to take care of people.
Yes.
I like to know what they want.
Yes.
I like to know which areas in
You can
which
help and deliver that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So this is who I am as a person. But the reason why I didn't finish uni back at the time was because I was so young.
Yes.
I was, and mind you, this was UTG back in 2007.
Everyone that didn't get an opportunity to travel out wanted it.
Yes.
And yeah.
And my dad is all for, you're going to get an education
Yes,
here.
yes.
You're not going to go abroad. You're going to
Yes.
get an education here, and people are going to see how, how
Yes.
that will make you evolve and
Yes.
that people can do it here.
Yes.
So back to what I was saying, I didn't finish uni because I wasn't ready. I was so young. I really didn't know what I wanted to
Yes.
do. I didn't know who I
Yeah.
wanted to be, what career path I wanted to take. And
Yeah.
so when I got into UTG, I was very overwhelmed. And back then we had papers upon papers and
upon
papers
papers,
to
that's
read.
true.
And so I was studying political science.
I remember that.
I didn't like it,
I
Fanta.
know. You wanna-
You know, I'm all
Yeah.
for world peace. You know, I'm all for it. But I'm a marketer at
Yeah.
heart. I like to communicate.
Yeah.
I like to talk to people. And so I paused. I did a pageant in between.
I
Well, two
remember.
of them.
Two of them.
I did Miss July 22nd, the first edition. I got second runner up, and then I went on to Nigeria to do Miss University Africa with 30 other African countries, and I came out second runner up. And so even though I took that pause, I kept working.
Yes.
I kept trying to find out
Yeah.
what my
You were
true calling
finding
was.
yourself,
Finding
basically.
myself.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to study something and regret it, right? So I tell people there's a time and place for everything, and this is why I'm here today.
Yeah.
This is how Fatiman came about. The different experiences, the different organizations, companies I've worked for, the different fields I've worked in
Yes.
has now accumulated into what is now my brand, my company, Fatiman. Yeah,
I like that. I like that. It's a journey.
it is a journey.
What does Fatiman do?
So, Fatiman is a marketing, public relations, and management company.
Okay.
So when we say management, we mean event management.
Yes.
We mean reputation and crisis management, right? We mean brand management.
Yes.
And so on and so forth, right? Because it's very important. You know, there are a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of marketing companies, but there are a lot of event management,
Yes.
or there are a lot of advertising,
Yes.
media, or communications company. But what I wanted was for my clients to not only be able to market their products and services better, to not only put themselves out there in terms of awareness, in terms of reach and visibility, but to also have a good relationship with their customers,
Yes.
their workers, their
Yes.
employees.
Yes.
You know, this is very important, and this is how businesses become successful.
True.
It's not just selling.
It's not just
and
the
buying.
selling. It's a process of a relationship. Yeah.
What makes you say, I'm going to buy an iPhone instead of all the other phones out there? Subconsciously, they're targeting you. They're telling you, get this because this is the best part.
Yes.
They're telling Beyonce to take a picture with an iPhone. And then subconsciously, you want it.
Yes.
You see the features.
Yes.
And that's what I do. I help businesses grow. I help them leverage marketing and communication techniques to the best of their ability. But I make sure they have a good relationship with the public as well.
That's nice.
That's important.
So when did Fatiman start? Because I know the process of starting something and it being launched are two different times. So when did it
Girl.
start and when did you launch?
So I registered the company in January. Luckily, I got my license on the same day as my birthday.
Oh, nice!
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So that was January of 2021.
Okay.
And so in March,
Okay.
I started work. I knew what I wanted to do. I had to work on the website, www.fatimanandco.com.
Okay.
And so I had to write all the content, build it up from scratch.
Of
Fanta,
course.
and you know how I am.
Yep.
I'm a perfectionist.
Yep.
So every single word that had to go on the website took me some time to write. But I also started putting myself out there, doing some research on what's going on and how I can really, really change people's lives, but also their businesses as well. So this started in March. I launched officially in August. And yeah, here we are.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. 2022 is going to be our
It's
year.
go time.
It's go
It's
time.
go time.
We are ready.
It's go time.
Okay.
I like that. I am so proud of you. Obviously,
Thank you.
From just like being a woman, being a beautiful woman, an intelligent woman, you know, without even the business aspect of it coming into play, but just being a beautiful, intelligent woman, you know, people would say, society would say, oh, why aren't you married? You know, that's a question I get a lot.
Yeah.
You get a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, why aren't you married? What are you waiting for? You're so beautiful. But this is the problem with nowadays kids. They're so fixated. These are the conversations. They're so fixated, but you don't know. Like they would say, you know, how do you navigate through these type of like comments in the society, especially now because you're a boss of your own. Yeah.
So, I mean, this marriage thing is something, marriage is very deep for me. My mom was married to my dad for more than 44, 45, 40, I think 47 years.
Oh, okay.
You know, they got married back in 77.
Okay.
And so I grew up seeing my parents married, and I want a good marriage,
Yes.
Fanta.
Yeah.
And I don't just want a husband, I want a good dad for my kids as well, which I think is also very important.
Very.
But in terms of when are you gonna get married, like who really knows? Fanta, I mean, you know, I'm a grown woman now.
Yep.
And I do want to get married, absolutely. And when God says I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna get married. You gotta meet the guy first.
You do.
You know, and now that this whole, you know, entrepreneur CEO thing, people will tell me, you know, a friend told me, oh, you know, you're not gonna get married now. Legi mom, duñ wax ak yow sax
Yeah.
parce que legi boss nga.
Yeah.
Xam nga lu ma mean? And you know, there's this whole thing about Gambian men not being.
We will, you know what?
I don't want to do the whole
No,
Gambian
but we are
man.
going to get into that conversation though, because you know, for me, when I have women here, I had Amy here, and we had a really, really good conversation.
Yeah.
And Amy was very honest
Love her.
in her interview, and I felt like that was so refreshing.
Absolutely.
Because you know, when in the society, when certain things happen, as women, we are trained to, or we are raised to not speak on things in our most authentic selves, because it's like, oh, you're not
taboo,
supposed to. It's
yeah.
a taboo. Don't say that. It makes you look aggressive, or it
Yeah.
makes you look too out there.
Gorbugun lolo.
Gorbugun lolo. How does that fit in? Because, you know, obviously, I know you have your brand. Your brand is doing very well. You
Thank
started.
you.
We will get back to Fatiman and Co. But I want for you as Fatou, how do you navigate your personal life? Or is there a specific thing? Because there is this thing with the Gambian man. we said it. I said it with Amy, and someone stopped me and said, "Oh, I really like your show, but it seems like you come for the men." And I laughed. I said, "I haven't even done anything."
Yeah.
I asked my.
I think you've been pretty easy on them.
Because
Amy
rocked the boat.
Amy got in there. Amy rocked the boat.
Amy rocked the boat.
I'm here to finish it.
Let's go. But when we say Gambian men,
yeah.
What are some of the things that you feel like is the reason? Because you're single. Yes or no?
Fanta, yes I am.
Okay. I know. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's fine. We're all single women.
Surprise.
And it's not
I heard I was married the other day though. Someone called me up and was very mad at me.
Really?
Yeah, and was like, "Oh, and mind you, I get these calls at least twice a year.
Really?
Yeah, I do. And there are probably some people out there that think I'm married.
You're married.
And probably think my niece and nephew are my kids.
Because you love them so much and you're always around them.
And I'm always around them.
That is true.
But they are my kids.
They are.
And so the narrative, I guess this is me like
I'm married.
clearing it up.
She's not married. She's very much
married.
single. She's Miss Njai.
I've been single for 2 years and absolutely loving it.
I want you guys to hear, she's been single 2 years, right? And in those 2 years, you've been in the Gambia predominantly. You go and come, you travel and you come back, but you've been in the Gambia predominantly.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you think you haven't? Because I know Gambian men are not up to par, no offense. But they really are not in terms of how they treat the women.
Yeah.
But what is your experience?
In terms of Gambian men? So my thing is, I really... so for me, I've been in long-lasting relationships. And so, I can count a few, but the thing about that is you don't get to really date a lot. And so I really don't know them per se. It's what I hear from my friends and, the situations and so on and so forth. But I have a lot of guy friends and I love them to bits. And they are amazing men, right? And so for me, I just believe it's a matter of who you connect with and who is actually willing to say, oh, I'm going to go and say hello to this girl and say, hey, congratulations on your company, or I'm going to send her a message. But people can't, men sometimes are so scared. They're so scared. I'm like, it's so funny though. It's so funny because, they see, someone might see me and look at me the whole time, and I'll go home and someone else will tell me, oh, some friend be, or they'll send me a message.
But they'll never say, come and say hi.
And I was like, you should have come and said hi. I don't bite. And that's another misconception. I don't bite, guys.
And I think that's a lot. I think when a woman is very steadfast in things she does, or she has this demeanor, it's always looked at as, oh, she's very intimidating. Yeah. No, you're intimidated.
Yeah,
I'm not intimidating.
Yes, I'm not intimidating.
And now that's my response with people. Because it's a big, like you said, misconception with people when they see. And now that you have a company of your own, you're doing well for yourself.
Thank you.
Do you think your dating pool is more limited than before? Because you've been single 2 years, but you are the relationship girl.
I am the relationship.
You are the relationship girl. Fatou, for as long as I've known her, and I've known this girl for 10 years plus, she's been in relationships. She's not the single girl. She's the relationship girl. And this is the first time in 2 years she's been single.
Yeah.
So do you think just your persona also limits your dating options here?
Absolutely. I mean, it stems from what I said. Some people think I'm married. Some people think I'm dating, someone, whoever it is. Some people think I'm engaged. Some people think I don't go out because I'm about to get married.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, Fanta. And some people will never believe that I'm single. I was telling someone the other day, I was like, I think the day I get married is when people will believe that I had broken up with my ex.
Yeah. Oh, because people still think you're with your ex.
Because people can't understand that, you can be in a long-lasting relationship with someone and be able to move on. They should give that guy more credit. He should be able to move on.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? If they say that to me, I'm like, give the guy credit.
Yes.
He can fall in love with someone else. Like,
true.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's funny, and I take it as something that's, It is what it is, Fanta. Those who know.
And those who don't.
Yeah. But yeah, I try.
Some are okay. So obviously, I know your ex. Oh, I know. Anyway.
Yeah, you know my exes.
I know your exes, and
there are not many of them.
No, not a lot of them. But what is now? Because your ex is of 3-4 years ago, or 5 years ago. You of 3-4 years ago is completely different from you of today.
Absolutely.
What is the Fatou of today looking for in a man?
Someone that gets it. And when I say gets it, gets the fact that a woman can be beautiful, smart, outgoing, ambitious, domestic, right, as well, but can also, like, someone that really gets, like, for people like me, you have to get us, Fanta. I know you know that, you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
You have to be able to be comfortable. I want a man.
I'm very confident.
I'm very confident.
Very secure.
If you're not a secure, confident man, you cannot be with me.
At all.
Because you know, we get a little bit of attention. And so a man who really knows what he wants, knows how to keep it.
Yeah.
Someone who's also very consistent, kind, caring. You know, I tell people when they ask me, do you have a list? What do you want? And I'm like, I want a man. As in what a man is supposed to be. I'm not going to say honest, caring, loving.
You're a human being. That's what you're supposed to be.
You're a human being.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I will give back to you. But a man that understands the balance. You know, you've got a dope chick that dresses up and goes to work.
You know.
And comes home and cooks dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
you know, because people can't make the connection.
They really can't. I still get like,
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like,
they're like, your hands are too pretty.
Oh, your hands are too soft. Fanta, you always have nails on. I don't have nails on right now.
Yeah.
Fanta, you always have nails on. Do you even cook? Yes, I do. But obviously
they don't know our mothers. That's why.
I was literally
They
about
don't
to.
know
They don't know.
They don't know our upbringing.
They don't know the suffering.
You will cook, you will clean, you will iron, you will
do everything. And you will literally be sleeping and they'll wake you up and say, oh, you know what, this is what I'm craving. How about you make me something?
And you gotta be smart too. Because I was raised, as I said, with 4 boys. And I'm the last child, you know, as well as the only girl. And my dad, you know, who's very like...
Yes. We'll get into...
Oh, please. My dad is like, you gotta get all A's.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you do, he's like, keep it up. And then he'll give it back to you. And he would always tell me, don't think I'm gonna treat you different. Because these are boys and you're a girl. You have to be better. You not only have to be smarter than them, you have to be presentable. You have to be kind and caring. And thank God for my upbringing, because I literally had, you know, the best of both worlds. My mom making sure that I was raised to be a caring, kind woman. And my dad making sure that I'm an intellectual who, you know, I can walk into any room and talk to anybody about anything, because my dad would randomly ask you a question
and see
what's the capital of this?
Yes, and see where you're at.
Yeah, so you got to be smart in my household.
That's true.
Yeah.
We'll go with a first break. When we come back, more with Sip and Chat and Fatou.
The pride we take in our brand, the work we put into constantly change the landscape and elevate real estate in the Gambia, it's compared to none. From inception, our goal was to add value to the beautiful Gambian landscape. That's why we are proud innovators of community estates. KOLOLI Sands is an exceptional piece of work, tailored for ultimate convenience and luxury, to bring you an element of finesse that is rare but unique in its own. This is also our pride and joy, and we welcome you to the exquisite beauty right here in KOLOLI and right here on the waterfront. KOLOLI Sands, feel the ocean breeze at your doorstep.
Welcome back after that break. A massive thank you to Global Properties for coming on board and sponsoring and being a part of Sip and Chat. We really appreciate it. Thank you to Kalimba as well. We have the beautiful Fatou Njie, who is the CEO and the owner of Fatiman and Co. And right before we went, we were talking about a little bit of your family life and upbringing.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that Fatiman and Co. was recently featured in a magazine, a new magazine called
Skills Network.
Skills Network.
Yes.
How did that?
Skills Digest.
Skills Digest.
Yes, the thing is called the Skills Network.
You had it here?
Yes, it was somewhere here.
And
there we go.
Yes, Skills Digest. It's beautiful, and it says inside story Fatiman and Co. Gambia's fast-growing full-service marketing, public relations, and management company. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
And you have a whole spread here about you talking about the company, how it started and everything, and your
social
journey,
media
and social media management and everything.
Yep.
And
Right
I've seen that,
here.
and I'm just
Middle page.
Yeah. There you go. There's Fatiman. How did that come about? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, Boo.
How did this collaboration come about?
So Ayo, who's the founder of
Yeah.
the Skills Network
Yeah.
and the editor-in-chief, messaged me
Okay.
and told me that he wanted to feature me in his magazine because he was very happy about me branching out into entrepreneurship
Nice.
straight out of graduating
Yeah.
from the University of the Gambia.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to know about my story. I don't do interviews.
You don't?
I don't talk.
I remember when I told her, Fatou, you're coming on Sip and Chat.
Yeah.
Fatou, what am I going to say?
Because
Yeah.
it's so funny because I don't really talk
Yes.
to my social media
Media.
following.
Yes.
I do post pictures and weddings and so on, but Ayo wanted me to talk about my journey as well as what Fatiman and Co. is about. And so that's what's in there. So you guys can grab a copy. Please DM them
Yeah.
at the Skills Network on Instagram, and
Where-
they'll get you
are
a
there
copy.
copies sold right now or not yet?
Yes, there are
Okay.
copies being sold right now.
Okay.
You guys can hit them up
Okay.
and they'll hook you up.
And read up more about Fatiman.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
Fatou, the brand before, behind the face behind the brand.
Yeah.
There's something else you do, which you don't talk about, but you do, and you've been making money off of.
Yes, for a long time.
For a long time. Please, can you just tell the people what that is?
So, I style people.
Okay.
I've done it for a very, very long
Yes.
time. So, I've been on social media for a while. And through that, I post pictures of me going to weddings, wearing outfits, and that's how it started. So,
Okay.
I would wear something for either Korite or Tobaski or to a wedding. And people will message me like, oh, can you sew this for me? Can
Yeah.
you make this for me? And I'll be like, oh, how about I'll make you something better, because I design my stuff
Yes.
based on what my body shape
That's
is,
what I keep
what
telling
I
people,
like,
yeah.
and so on, what looks good on me, and so on and so forth. So I remember starting off just making something simple for someone. They really loved it. They were having a wedding after that, and they asked me to do the whole wedding outfits. I did that, and I work with a couple of designers. You hit me up and tell me, oh, this is what I want, or can you help me design something for this occasion? And I come up with something. I liaise with any designer that I feel like is the
Best for that.
for that particular
good,
outfit, because
good.
different designers,
do
different outfits. Yeah.
They always ask that question. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, Fanta, and I keep telling them, I have a designer for every occasion.
Absolutely.
I have a designer. If I know I want a vavavoom, I know who to go to.
Yeah.
If I know I want chic, I know
Yep,
who to go
yep.
to. So you always have to know first your body type and who's great at what.
Yes,
So-
where you're wearing it. There's so
Yeah,
many things that
yeah,
are involved in it.
yeah.
I match my hair to my outfit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But when I make something for someone, I'm like, oh, what are you doing to your
Hair.
hair? Because I want to make sure that,
It's perfect.
the
It-
whole
it
look,
shows.
the whole look
Yeah,
shows. And
yeah.
I style. I did my friend's wedding, a very close friend of mine's
Mm-hmm.
wedding last year, and she looked amazing.
did.
We did that
She
in a
did.
week.
She
And
did.
we came up with all her looks, styled her to perfection, and she's a beautiful woman.
Yes.
So she only did the looks justice.
And it was amazing. So I like that. But how do you navigate now, Fatiman, and styling?
I mean, styling is really my hobby.
Okay.
So I like to style people. I like to look at someone and say, oh, let me make this for you. So it's a side job, it's a
Yeah.
side hustle, and I just think of the thing. And
Yeah.
it does take some time.
It does.
And it takes some running around because you have to figure out what material to get. Sometimes I have to get the material as well. But I balance it. You know, we're superwomen over here.
Period.
And no one is distracting us as well. So it's work.
You know,
in Rihanna's voice.
and I've said that. and you know, just to wrap up with that, I've said this before because you know the thing about, I feel like people just like to throw their own thoughts at me and see, oh, what does she think about this? So they said, oh, I feel like because you've worked so much now, you feel like a man is a distraction. The wrong man is.
Absolutely.
The right man is an addition.
Yeah.
And I want people to understand that as well.
Yes, absolutely.
As a woman, when you know you're on top of your game, the right man is an addition.
The right environment, the right people, the right friends, the right man.
It's all an addition to your progress.
Absolutely.
Now, you don't want a man that, like you said, will not be secure, will not be confident.
Yeah.
I feel like, I'm sorry, if you're gonna be with women like us,
Yeah.
you
We travel
have-
too.
Exactly.
And we travel too.
And we travel too.
And-
so you have to be very confident and secure, because
Yeah.
if that's not the case, you're digging your own grave.
Yeah.
And we don't say that with like, oh, putting our shoulders up.
No.
It's actually a fact. And as women like us, because we know what we have, we know who we are, we're very confident.
We're very confident.
Very confident. So when you're a man that's coming into the picture and you're not secure and you're going to start, or you work too much, or you're late today, or
Or
you're this,
you post too much.
or you
You know, it's, let me tell you, in our business, and this is where my character, not to go off topic, but we have to post,
Yes.
right? So for example, if you had a man that's like, hey man buguma if you post and they post too, like literally, can you imagine the damage that would do to your business, to your brand? And I tell people, man soga say anything ham Fatou Iman tay social media la.
Yep.
Man do dox nga dajeek man.
At all.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't
Yep.
even go out anymore.
Yeah.
But it's because of a certain way. I've posted for a while. I've created content
Yep.
for a very, very, very
Long
long
time.
time. And that's how people came to know me as a
You.
person.
Yep.
Right? But don't get it mixed up.
And I think this
Don't
is,
get it mixed
this
up.
Is, this is where the issue is. When you're in management, when you're in PR,
Comms, yeah.
when you're in the media, point blank,
Yep.
you are the brand.
You gotta be out there.
You have to be. And just yesterday, I was answering a question. Someone said to me, oh, Fanta, you know, you make Gambia
Thank
look
you.
so fun.
Yeah.
You make Gambia
Yep.
look so fun.
Yep.
Fanta, you always enjoy it. And I laughed. I said, no, I'm always tired. Because half the time I'm out, I'm working. More than half the time.
You're networking.
I'm networking, I'm hosting, I'm doing something.
Even when you're having dinner.
Even when I'm having dinner.
Or on your phone. They don't get it.
They don't.
They don't.
And this is the problem. I feel like when women in the media, women in this industry,
Yeah.
it's very challenging.
Yeah.
Because everything is seen as, oh, you're enjoying yourself.
Oh, yang nos.
Yang get nos.
Yang
You know how many yang get nos la de am?
I hate it. I hate
Like
the
right now, I
nos.
posted a snap of it. Oh, Fanta yang get enjoy. I'm filming.
Yeah. Or even when you go to the beach, yang nos. Or you go to
I'm
like
stress relieving.
You come to Kalimba.
I do.
And they're like, hey,
Mum sote bu share.
boy, mom fu share ki mom am na de. Yo mba dang de tokir. Amul ga
Bad
toga.
mun ka toga.
Because we go out to eat. But hey, we now know restaurants.
We do.
So see me, if I had to go and partner up, which I'm doing with restaurants or caterers, Fanta, I've been doing this for
years.
And this is why I would go to Dries or Mehdi and say
And
hi, and they'll be like, oh, we
fine.
trust you.
Oh, we trust you
You've
because they
taken
know.
great pictures of our food, of the ambience. And that's part of our job,
And
guys.
that's what, you know, I'm so glad you're here because
they
you
need
get
to
it.
Yeah.
And it's like you're literally explaining our life.
Yeah.
It's like you're explaining, I go out to restaurant. Fanta, my brother even, before he got it, was like, you're always out eating. I'm like, do you understand that I'm asked to come to these places? Because to post the food.
They don't know. We're not going to say, hi, I'm posting food because I'm getting, paid for it. I used to get paid to post food a lot. I'm not going to say where,
but this is what I'm saying.
I made money.
A lot of the times
that.
I go to restaurants, I post something and it's like, you're always out.
Yeah.
I'm working.
They don't get it.
It's so
It's so
frustrating.
much fun, though.
How it is fun, but it's so frustrating
Yeah.
when the society doesn't understand these new ways of working.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? And this is where you're changing the narrative.
Yeah.
This is where your brand, your face, like I would say we all are, especially young women in entrepreneurship. It's just changing the way entrepreneurship is looked at.
We need to put ourselves out there.
Because guess what? Your face is your brand.
Your face is your brand.
You know,
And
having that out there now, say, oh, this is the face, this is the brand, and whether we like it or not, the world is very superficial.
oh yes,
The
ma'am.
world is very, and we have to accept that the world is superficial. The most important thing is, as superficial as you are, be able to deliver.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
We love the good things. We love to travel, have a good time, enjoy ourselves with our friends, go out to
Yes.
eat. But we work so hard.
We do.
And I get so tired,
To the point I'm
Fanta.
sick.
And I'm like literally there by myself in my bed, like I can't sleep. It's 2:30 a.m. and I don't know why I can't sleep. And I have a meeting at 8 a.m. And you know, but the day goes on. We move.
The day we move, we make it work. It's, you know, just grateful for the opportunities that we have.
Yep.
Now we're going to go to a segment that I really like. I want us to talk about a little bit about mental health.
Yeah.
This is a show that I'm an advocate for mental health, simply because I have my own battles with it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know last week when we were speaking, I told you the anxiety I suffered even before starting. I've not even gotten into Posh Media and the job Posh Media is doing because everything else is overwhelming, you know,
Yeah.
and how just like doing Sip and Chat, coming about Sip and Chat, like the level of anxiety I had, and I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, and you know, you gave me your own version of what you, just the struggle of it all.
Bruh.
So just to share with the people so they know it's not all glitz and glam, it's not all the money, it's not all the glory. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes.
There's so much, and you know, in regard to mental health, my job, you know, is literally I literally have to think, right? I have to think different every time for each client, right? My job literally stems from my brain.
Yes.
And my soul, my heart, all these are things that now become the result of what I do.
Yes.
And so when one is a
it
bit
off?
there's a problem.
Yes.
Because I have to, you know, we were talking about this,
Yes.
and no matter how much of a mood you're in, you gotta be there. Ladies and
gentlemen,
gentlemen,
welcome.
welcome.
Yep.
And people don't know what happens before the
Nope.
ladies and gentlemen, before the smile comes up, and you know, that's why I'm a very private person as well.
Yeah.
My mental health is something that's very dear to me. I used to have, you know, once or twice I have had really bad panic attacks or anxiety attacks because of one reason or another, you know, and so I always tell people, make sure that you're at peace, you're with people that give you peace, and you really are content at the end of the day. Because when I go to bed so tired in the middle of the night, I'm content.
Yeah.
And my heart is at peace. My mind is ready to see that, to explore what ideas I come up with the next day. And it's such a fascinating thing, the mind. So we really have to take good care of it.
We do.
And that stems from our environment,
Yes.
from what we let our brain soak in every day, and so on and so forth. So mental health is very important, Fanta. It's mothers needed so they can be able to take care of their kids, and it's a never-ending circle.
It's a never-ending circle, and it's every day.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people when they say, "Oh yeah," I'd say, today my anxiety attack hit me and I hit it back. So Fanta 1,
Yeah.
you know, anxiety 0.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So for me, and I always want to bring light to it, because I want it to be a conversation that we can have freely.
Yeah.
You know, which is what I freely speak online.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was never this way. I was a very bottled up person.
Yeah.
Like not expressing how I feel.
Same here.
You know.
You know this. You know
And
this.
always, but when it comes to mental health,
Yeah.
and just now being expressive with things I don't like,
Yeah.
I don't joke about
Yeah,
it,
you-
because it is things I don't like that I keep inside that affect me.
You gotta be able to say no. You got to be able to forgive yourself too.
Exactly.
And we do have a group called Self-Care Socials.
Yes, I've seen
which
that.
A very young entrepreneur who's a mother and a wife as well, Ma, shout out to Ma, she set that up. And so I told her I wanted to help you because she had an interview and she was talking about how she never takes a break for herself. So she created this group whereas women who are entrepreneurs, nurses, lawyers, you know, so on and so forth, just women from all walks of life, would meet at the end of each month and do something fun to ensure that we pamper ourselves. So be it a spa day, be it yoga, be it a movie night, be it a picnic, you know, we meet to just make sure that we are all taken care of at least once. And then we have these pamper yourself leaflets, whereas we make sure to give to each and every one so that, you know, having a bath is pampering yourself. Meditating for a couple of minutes.
Just having a siesta is pampering
you know.
yourself.
So those small things, you know, can really help
Yeah.
at the end of the day to kind of download and not feel so overwhelmed because it does get overwhelming.
It does. I like that. That's a very nice way to Wusa.
Woman power. Women helping
other women.
Wusa.
That's good.
So we can be good at our jobs.
We can be
and to our
fantastic at our
families as
jobs
well.
and be better wives and better girlfriends and better mothers.
Healthy mind, healthy life.
Healthy life.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, now that you know you've talked about mental health and you've gone in depth to explain how you've dealt with certain things, and is there something like now you said the self-care socials? What is one thing you want to tell, especially women, how to just relax? This is your way of relaxing. Just how do you relax?
Guys, so I relax by taking care of myself. You know, I love to go to the spa.
Yeah, we know. We know.
I've been going to the spa way back when they said it was wasting money. You know, and so, you know, I tell people all the time, you got to take care of yourself. And I love taking care of myself, even if I don't get to go to the spa, because you might have to spend money for that.
Yeah.
I go to the beach.
Yeah.
I recently realized that I'm a beach girl.
Yeah.
And when I'm in the ocean, I feel calm. All my problems go away. And it makes me feel good looking at the sunset.
That's good.
So that gives me so much joy. I cannot begin to explain to you the feeling I have when I'm on the beach, just sitting there. And sometimes you go alone, you sit by yourself, and
I feel like
that doesn't cost a thing.
It really doesn't. All you have to do is take yourself to the beach.
Yeah.
And you know, talking about the beach is such a powerful place. Last year when the pandemic hit proper, you know, and everyone was in lockdown, and I was really struggling with my mental health, I would wake up and tell my mom, if I don't leave this house, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
And I would go to the beach, and I'd sit by myself.
Same.
And it would be the best time of the day for me. It would be the best thing I've done. It's just go to the beach by myself.
And just watch the sunset.
And just watch the sunset. Or just be in my head.
Yeah.
You know, for once, just actually be in my head.
It's a very powerful feeling.
It's such a powerful feeling.
It is.
And so that is a way to just relax.
It doesn't cost a thing, guys.
At all.
Try it.
At all.
Try it.
We move on to the Never Have I Ever segment.
God, what is that?
So Never Have I Ever segment is a segment
know.
where, you know, Fatou, I want you to
Fanta.
Never have I ever, my second favorite part of the show. Are you ready?
I hate that I know you. Like, I feel like we're friends, and so this is like.
I'm gonna ask you these questions.
Because you know me, so you know exactly what questions to ask. This is so annoying.
My first Never Have I Ever question.
No, don't never have I ever be.
My first Never Have I Ever question is.
Okay.
Never have I ever lied on a resume to get a job. No?
No.
Okay. Second, never. This is. I feel like I want to ask every woman this question.
I'm always scared that they'll ask me
catch
to
you.
speak French.
Oh, because that would be the one you.
Yeah,
lie
I
about.
would be the one. That would be the one I'd lie
Je
about.
suis français.
Oui, un petit peu.
But
Merci,
what?
monsieur.
That's
Tout
it.
à l'heure. Yeah.
Never have I ever stalked an ex on social media. Exactly, Fatou.
Yeah, I think.
Exactly.
I must have been a toddler back then.
When was this?
You know, it's so funny because I don't even know if I've ever stalked my ex. But I mean, when I'm done with the ex, I'm done with the ex. So, but maybe.
I feel like yes.
Yeah, probably once.
I feel like yes.
No, but not like
no,
I'm
not
stalking.
like yeah, but kind of like let me just.
Mandamadi ham nga mandamadi bany.
Yeah.
Mandamadi duma duga page.
Yeah,
Mala
duma ko
mute.
say it, wow.
Duma ko say it.
Dig it. Hang on, little boy, some
Mane
problem.
bugu mapare dasi.
Wow. Never have I ever dated a married man.
I know if I don't drink, you will slap this
Because
drink.
I will tell you. Please don't lie. What do you mean?
Do you want the name, love?
I mean, probably. That would be an exclusive.
The show will shut down.
The show will literally shut down. But how was that like? I always want to know. How was that like dating a married man? What was the...
Oh my God.
What was it? Was it like, oh, I want to marry this person?
No.
Okay.
I mean, first, you know, it's never like well, I guess eventually you want to get married. And how are you going to marry a man that you don't get to know?
Yeah.
Right? So even if you're dating a married man and you're on the phone, long distance, you're dating him, right? Oh, that's such a taboo.
Yeah.
But how are you supposed to be a second, third, or fourth wife
wife
without
getting to know the person?
getting to
at
know
least.
the
Yeah.
person? So yeah.
So, and also I'm always, you know,
That's a no-no, girl.
That's a no.
Yeah, that situation was a no-no.
Oh yeah. But
Okay, no. Can we start that again? Please. Okay. What was it like dating a
what
married
was
man?
it like dating a married man?
It wasn't so much fun at all. It wasn't fun.
Because
at
I'm
all.
always like, not for me being the woman that I am, I'm a very much physical. You're here, I'm here.
Yeah.
If I want to see you at 2 a.m., I want to see you at 2 a.m.
Yeah, but
Do you get what I mean? So I'm in my mind, I'm always thinking, if I date a married man, then, and if I want to see, how am I going to see you?
yeah,
Like,
and some
and
people
is there
think
like
it's
a
that
hide and
I'm
seek?
hiding.
Exactly.
No. I would never be with a man that hides me.
Okay.
So, you know, it wasn't like a hide and seek thing.
Okay.
It didn't even start off at something serious.
Okay.
And then it turned out into
Something
very, very serious.
Yeah.
And, you know, I always say, how are you meant to be a second, third, or fourth wife if you don't get to know the man?
person. And
You know, and
true.
even if you talk on the phone with a married
Yeah.
man, you're a bad person. You're dating a married man.
Yeah.
But how are we supposed to marry these men if we don't get to know them? In 2022.
And also, I say it as if the man is willing to marry more than one wife.
Yeah.
And this is a conversation that the first wife is aware of. And, you know, I do what men like to do a lot, bring in religion.
Yeah.
Like, oh, but religiously, I'm supposed to marry more than
4.
You know what I mean? Up to 4 wives. That's the only sooner they know, by the way.
I'm not falling for that anymore.
You're not falling for that anymore?
Oh, no.
Is
I'm
that like,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Now that that's something you've done before. Is it something you'll do again? Or
Absolutely not.
No. Why?
Oh, absolutely not.
Why?
Because I've come to realize that Gambian men are not the only men that are Muslim.
You know, you said that to me.
I said that. And this is the holy grail. This is the light bulb.
This is the
in my
light, yeah.
head. Because we only think
Because
that
we
the
were
only
talking about, and you said
the-
to me, Fanta,
yeah,
Gambian men are not the only Muslim men.
Yeah.
You know, there are other Muslims in other countries
That want one wife.
one wife and want to
And-
be happy with one
yeah,
wife.
dinañ la jiite,
Yeah.
dinañ la teg si yoon,
Yeah.
xam nga, and that's about it. So I'm not doing that no more.
No more. That's
The
done.
the first wife will just.
This is what happens when you have friends on the
no.
show. But okay.
God, this was a long one.
Yes, but I like when I ask I never have I ever question, I want to delve in a little bit, obviously.
cool.
And you know, I want Sip and Chat to be a place where everyone can be themselves. You know, just speak your authentic truth and be done with it.
Yeah.
So people get to know a little bit more about you.
Yeah.
My third question is, never have I ever swam naked with a partner.
No.
No,
No.
I would think that's. Hey, I forgot my mom. I was about to say something that would put me in trouble.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Madam Ceesay, no they joke. You know they joke.
Okay. Never have I ever made out with 2 people in less than 24 hours.
Oh no.
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 Okay. Germs.
These men got a grip on me. They ain't gonna let me go to the next one. Nah. No.
Final question of
Yeah.
my never have I ever. Never have I ever been in an argument with another woman over a guy.
Never.
Never?
No.
You've never been like,
I'll be like, oh, you can have
him.
I'm not gonna fight over him. He probably has others.
That will fight.
Because men always,
Especially men here.
and that's the thing. I don't believe in looking at women as competition because of men.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not meant to be competing with each other or fighting
We're
with
meant
each
to
other.
be pampered and babied.
Exactly.
I always
And
say
you
that.
can't
Princess
trust these
Street
guys
at all.
Yeah, so I'm not fighting over nobody
At all.
at all.
Okay. Just to wrap up now, what is your spec? You know, I asked the guys, what is your spec in a woman? But what is your spec in a guy? I know your spec. I know they gotta be chocolate. They gotta be tall.
Yeah.
Looks wise.
I like the dark skinned guys.
Yes. But what else is your spec? And as obviously, I know you're interested in marrying a non-Gambian.
I would hope it's the
Gambian,
Gambian, though. You
but-
know, I really would hope to marry a Gambian.
Because I know
guy.
you do.
I
you
do want
actually
a
do want a Gambian.
Yeah, because we're gonna togal chip and
Yeah.
do the whole
Toga
juggy thing.
super,
You know how I
toga
am.
yasa,
So
yeah.
you know, yekal gora yek.
Yeah.
The whole Ramadan thing. I like. You know, I really want a Gambian man because
Okay.
you know the morals, the values, the upbringing, and so on and so forth, the cultures. You know, because these are things that might kind of
Be an issue,
a clash.
true.
But I am not
Open to as well.
I am-
You're
yeah,
not
of
closing
course, I'm
yourself
open.
to just because I want a
Oh,
Gambian.
no, no.
I have to. If a non-Gambian approaches you and is right.
And he's the right guy.
And-
And considering my spec, you gotta be
Okay, so tell me.
smart.
Yeah.
Because you know, I would try to
Yep. Pull
run-
one over you.
pull one over you.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
I like to test how smart people are
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
because they always think I'm not
At all.
smart at all.
True.
So I want a guy that's very smart, hardworking,
Yeah.
regardless of you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I really want a man that's ambitious too.
Yeah.
To be able to understand my ambition as well, but someone who's going to be a great dad
Yeah.
to my kids.
Yeah.
I always think about the kids.
You
and
should, and that's the
that-
you know. I feel
that
like when
puts
you're
my
in a
mind
in a
at ease.
grow in a space of growth, that is these are things you think about.
Yeah.
It's like, is this man going to be kind to me?
Yeah.
And my children.
And my children.
Are my children going to look at their father and say, "Oh, Daddy is so kind to
Yeah.
mommy"? Because these
Yeah.
are things we
Yeah.
grow up.
And the environment
Yes.
is so important
Yes.
because
Yes.
your husband has to treat you right, and that's how your children will be able to grow
know,
up to be good.
I've always said
Nurtured
that
human
my mom and my
beings.
dad, and they're married.
Yeah.
I have never seen them argue.
Ditto.
I'm probably sure they have,
Yeah,
but I've never seen
yeah,
them.
of course not.
All I've seen is banter.
Yeah,
Kikiing,
Yep.
or like, you know what I mean, or it's just banter.
Yeah.
Kikiing, my dad
a
buying
good
my mom
environment,
gifts.
a healthy environment.
And all I've seen from my dad is a soft man.
Yeah.
Now he was tough in business.
Yeah.
But he was so soft with us.
Yeah.
So for me, every time I think about a man, that comes to me.
Of course. And you know, I want a man that we always say we want to be successful women.
Yes.
We want to look good. I want chop life. I want private
Moto, I want
you
build
know,
house.
I want
Yeah.
build house.
Yeah.
But you know, I still want a family.
I do.
It's so important because my dad told me,
Yeah.
you're doing so well. But always remember, what are you working
For.
Who are you working for? Right? And so a partner that I can be able to take
You can
anywhere.
build with.
Someone that understands what
Yeah.
going on vacation is,
Yeah.
as opposed to, hey,
It's a waste
what
of
if I
money.
share it?
Yeah.
You know, yal nañu yàlla musal si
Si
yooyu
yooyu.
parce que ñun dañ bëgg a lu baax xam
Bëgg lu baax, xam
waaye
lu
tamit
baax, ba pare
dañ
mun
dee
nañ koo
jóg.
ñafe.
Waaw ñun dañ dee ñafe.
Yeah.
and
That's the
it's
thing.
impossible
And it's like going on
for some
holiday.
people.
It's
Yeah.
your money.
Oh,
I've
absolutely.
been on holiday with my money. It's not anybody else's money.
Like yow man mun naa tukki and when I'm traveling with my friends we save to go.
Yep.
And
We
when
say,
we
you
go,
know what, we want to go in July.
check Airbnb, check hotels,
everything.
book, and you know, sometimes we drive, we do the road
Yes.
trip. I don't even fly to Dakar anymore because I go with my friends.
Yeah.
And the road, I love it.
Me too.
And so we plan, we
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah.
No matter how good
We
the
make it
hotel
look-
no matter how good we make it look, we worked for that.
Every time. I remember
Every single
just
time.
last year over the summer when I said, oh, I had a second 9 to 5 that I was working, and I knew it was time to quit. So when I quit that job and I traveled, you know, we went to Dakar for 10 days, and I said it was for my mental health at that time. And I had I think that was when I fell in love with Dakar. Like,
I love
you know
Dakar.
what? Now I like Dakar.
You know, I've been telling you.
You've been telling me. And I was like, Fatou, no, I don't want to go. But now I love Dakar because it's like, for me, it's so calming when I go.
Yeah.
And all I do is look good, go out, eat, go home.
And in Dakar,
And it's
you always
nice.
want to look good.
Yeah.
And not only Dakar. I mean, my friend Lama and I, you know Lama, we went to Ngala Lodge.
Yes.
And
For your staycation.
For our staycation.
Yes.
And it was literally 24 hours or even less.
Yeah.
But, you know, we go and we explore our country because you don't need to go to Dakar to have fun.
No.
You don't need to go to Dakar to stay in a nice place, right? Our country has amazing, beautiful
places.
And it's been my job to showcase the different places we have.
Yeah.
And we went to an amazing place and it was so nice and refreshing. We had a good time.
And that's the beauty of it, just being out of your house in another place.
It was so refreshing.
Yeah, it does wonders
So
for the mind.
refreshing.
So
Absolutely.
thank you so much for coming on Sip and Chat.
I'm so glad to be
Yeah,
here.
this was such a
Everybody's
fun-
going to be like, what?
How did you get? Yep.
How did you get me
Yep.
here?
Let me tell you something. It's good to be a good person and to have a good relationship with people. It's also good to be friends with the right people. So, but on that note, we would end this segment.
Oh, before that,
Okay.
I brought you some gifts.
Ooh.
You know Capricorns.
Yeah,
love to
Capricorns
give.
like gifting people, and that's my Capricorn. So
I
you
got
understand.
I got you some Fatiman stuff.
This is her logo of a company,
Yes.
Fatiman.
I love it.
Thank you so much. This is
You've
so
got a
nice.
cup in there, a key holder,
girl.
so on and so forth. Enjoy.
This is good for my morning runs, to be honest.
Absolutely.
To be honest. Ooh.
From one
And-
CEO to
the
another.
next. Thank you.
Yes.
This is so nice.
Enjoy,
I've got a
girl.
notepad.
Yes.
No, really. Take your business to Fatiman & Co. That's it.
Yeah.
That's just the
what
message.
you need to do.
That is the message for today.
Follow us on social
Follow us.
media
I
too.
will put it all here
Yes.
below, and you're going to see Fatiman & Co. And it's brand new baby for all of us to see. We're
Yeah.
going to see the growth. We're going to grow with it. And I'm very happy to have had her here.
Yes.
I'm very happy to be the first to have her on here.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you so very
Cheers.
much. Cheers.
This
to-
was good.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
happy for you.
I'm happy for you too. Thank you guys. And remember, peace, love, and cha-ching, cha-ching.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.